here. And yes, so Seema Parulekar from, okay, I can connect Deloitte. Thank you, Shakti. Ajit, can you please note it, and we'll be connecting, right? Okay, thank you. So let's come to Seema here. Seema Parlekar from Amchi, Mumbai to Nama Chennai. Seema Parlekar's 30 years of career has spanned a variety of locations, clients, and projects, transforming spaces as she grew from an individual designer to an independent design studio in the cultural capital of the country. Right? Yes, Chennai. That's what she means. With a dual degree in business and interior design from Raja College, Mumbai, you need to listen to this amazing story. And the main architect behind her life in the initial days was her brother, right? So she began Monad, that's a company name. Her dream to become an independent entrepreneur has taken Monad from being a one-man show to an illustrious firm with a conglomeration of experts and the joint vision of touching lives through design. At the helm of an organization that strives to deliver time and again the best client experience while meeting the client's exact needs. She's extremely hands on in her approach, making it a point to make each client feel important and to ensure that their spaces emote the reflection of their feelings. And I met Seema way back in 1999. I think she started her design studio in Chennai way back in 1997, 98. And I think pretty much that's the time when I started my CA practice in 1997. And that has been a long, long time that I've been associated personally with Seema since 1999. So thank you, Seema, for designing my very first office. And that was an amazing, amazing space. And yes, let's come to her BNI journey. In BNI, date of induction was December 2013, and revenue received is till date. And she's into interior designing and not contracting. So 63.27 lakhs of business, and referrals received is 226 referrals received till date. Thank you slips given. Can you a round of applause? 14.83 crores of business, right? It's an amazing, amazing number. 14 crores of business given till date. Referrals given 1,880. Trainings attended 45. Visitors invited 193 till date. And member sponsored is 12. She's a double gold pin member and on her journey towards becoming triple pin. And she also has one or two members ready for induction in the coming weeks. And leadership role she has taken, I think she has been a vice president, not president, right? But yes, she has taken up various roles. In the region also, she has been a support and culture director. And credits, I can see she's a blue badge member. For those of you who do not know, I think she's one of the first blue badge members where she consistently scored 100 on 100, right? It's not 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I think she's consistently 100 on 100 on now, maybe if I remember right, at least for 18 to 20 months, right? 18 to 20 months on a score of 100 on 100, at least, right? From what I remember, at least 18 to 20 months, right? So that's an amazing, amazing journey. If you want to clap, clap, clap for the kind of performer she is and down to earth and very, very, she's very serious while she's working, but she's fun to talk to when she's off the work. So let us put our hands together. Let's say clap, clap, clap. Welcome, Seema. Whatever you feel like talking about and saying to her, Seema ji, you're on. You can on your video, you can on your audio, and I'll stop the sharing, and it is going to be all yours, right? So I'm going to put you in the spotlight, and then okay, thank you so much. And
Thank you so much.
there's one more Seema Parlikar in the room. Is it Aline or you?
That should be Ali. No, that's my dad.
Oh, that's your dad here. Okay, thank you so much. So good. So thank you, Uncle, for joining us. And okay, I'll stop speaking now. It's all yours for next half.
Yeah, I'm really blessed today to be part of this wonderful session, and I'm sure we have learned the great ways. But I'm more blessed because I have my most near and dear ones here. I have a couple of my cousins who have also joined in. Thank you for letting them in. I have my daughter who is here. I have my father who is 93 and today he's with me and he's watching this show. And friends, this is the most touching and the most happening moment of my life. So thank you all of you for being here and being part of my journey, which I'm going to share today. Thanks, Pramina, for being here too. You know, people often say that you need a godfather for what you are. But sometimes you have to survive without godfathers. And life is just like a graph. It keeps on going up and down. And the downs always teach you how to come up. And probably they pop you up even much more than what it has taken you down. So let me begin my small bio sheet about what and how my life began. I was born in Delhi, the capital of India, moved into Mumbai in the year 1970. And my dad has been leading the Western India Birla group completely. And we had a very comfortable, very, you can say, a middle income group or a higher middle income group life. But we had tasted a lot of high profile people. I've met a lot of people because of my dad's work, where he was, he was heading the organization for the Western India. In school, I was a very below average child. My parents used to always worry that how it will happen. But turning points always make a huge change sometimes. And that's the story which I would want to share. I was in my 7th standard, and I was telling this to Sunil yesterday, that my first unit test, I had scored 1 mark. The second unit test, I had scored 15 marks. The third unit test, I was just on the brink. And the finals were sure to tell that I'm not going to clear that year. And it was that time my mother jumped into action. She put me into a tuition sir who came and taught me. And I didn't know how, but I passed that year. I was in my 8th, and I was astonished with the kind of marks which I had got in mathematics, that I will clear the year, but I had cleared the year. 8th standard, I decided with my mom that I don't need tuitions. I'm going to go to classes where all my friends are going, because I'm going to have a good time there and I'm going to learn. She said, okay, fine, please go ahead. And that's how my 8th standard started. And the first unit test papers were out, mathematics. And as usual, I was very nervous. And to top it all, my teacher said, Seema, you wait. You will get your papers last. Oh God, that means I had flunked again. And you won't believe, I had got full marks in my papers that year. That was the turning point in my life altogether. And that's where I realized that what is getting successful or feeling confident makes all the change in your life. 8th standard, after getting lovely marks, and I had started getting into distinctions with marks. I started dreaming, and my dream was to become a management student, a white collar job, a briefcase in your hand, a blazer on your shoulder. And that's what my dream was, to work with a white collar. But I mean, it just flew on. And 9th, 10th, I finished. 10th, I finished with distinction. My mom asked me one very simple question. Looking at the mark sheet, are they yours? My mark sheet was questionable, but I was at 78%. And my dream was to join NM college. When I was dreaming to get into NM college, and I stood in that long line to get my admissions, I still remember I missed my admission by 1 mark. But still, failure never failed me. I went on. I got my admissions to start my commerce graduation, and there I was finishing my 12th. And I was moving towards my dream, that was being a management student. First year started, and I used to finish college by morning 10, because morning college used to be from 7 to 10:30 maximum. And the whole day was absolutely free for me to meet friends, to move around, to enjoy life, college life after all. But there I had my elder brother, my dear elder brother, who always took me as a small sister. he was the one who influenced me into doing most of the things, from kite flying to playing with the marble to playing the gori, all the things, and even climbing trees. That is something which I learned from my brother. But this brother took me on to getting me engaged into interior designing. And my first year, I took admissions for my triple ID in the year 1986. And when I started, I was not very sure because I didn't understand anything about it. What is this interior design? What is plan? What is elevation? Oh God, this is too messy. I don't want to do it. And at the end of the first year exam, just a day prior to my exam, I walk up to my dad and I say, Dad, I don't want to go for my exams. I'm not going to do well. It's absolutely not my cup of tea. This is not my line. I want to get into commerce. I want to get into management. I don't like all this. Why are you all forcing me? My dad had only one thing to say. The exams are tomorrow. You go attend it. If you don't like it, leave it. I attended my exams. I passed my exams and I moved on. Life changed. Life changed to that extent that I had beautiful friends like Samir, Sandeep, Avinash, Nitini, beautiful friends of mine who actually embraced me into this profession. I will say that life really changed, but parallelly, I was carrying on with doing my commerce graduation and I was finishing my interior designing degree as well. But amazingly, my brother had not lost hopes. My brother saw a very different Seema, probably. He got me into working under an interior decorator, a contractor. And he said that all the time you have after your college, you have to go and work under this contractor. So I joined this contractor, and you won't believe my first pay was 100 rupees per month. But it is a priceless job, I would say, because what I got to learn from this job was practical experience. I used to sit by the carpenter, I used to sit by the plumber, I used to stand on the staircase and watch how things go. I used to sit on the floor and see how the floor is fixed. Today, no detail is a question for me. Today, nothing is a challenge for me only because of that piece of job which I have done. And time flew by. Third year came in. I finished my commerce graduation, first class. I finished my interior designing with flying colors. And there I was on the threshold of deciding whether I should do a management, should I follow management or shall I be an interior designer? By then, interior designing was already my bloodline. And I had moved on to becoming an interior designer, definitely. So what do you think would have happened then? Because I had all the experience. I think I should start on my own. But no, my brother didn't give up. My brother put me on to my dream designers whom I should work under. He felt that it could be only possible to be successful in life if you learn under somebody. If you are having that integrity of understanding the basics of design, you should know the balance of design. You should know everything about design. That's what his feeling was. And that's where he put me on to I.M. Kadri, P.D. Vartak, and 4 years I worked with them. 4 years continuously I worked on projects like Ramadayan. I worked like projects like Centaur, Hotel Centaur. We worked on projects like even Oberoi's. And it was something which really said, I can say it sculpted me. It moved me into something what really made me what I am today. Even today, when I see a half inch, my eye can say this is half inch. And when I see a when I see a ruler which is not laid properly, I can say, no, it's not in alignment. So these are things which we learn when you are practically, thrown on the floor and you are working with them, you're working in the industry, you're learning the finest part of it, the industry. And there I was in 1990 with a couple of friends of mine, very close friend of mine, Samir and myself, sitting and doing just, just playing with some drawings and talking. And he just said that, he said a word called monad. And I asked him, what is monad, Samir? He says, you must have heard monad, triad, decade. Monad is one. I said, then that's the name I want to put for my firm, because monad is one. It is one part, one particle of that space. And every particle of that space is very important to me when I design. And that's how I came into the formation of my company, Monad. It's so dear to me today. And thank you, Samir, for giving me that beautiful name. And I love it even today. 1991, I started the firm Monad, a single me. And it went on to growing. It went on to doing a lot of projects, a lot of commercial projects, a lot of corporate projects. We did ACC Cements, we did ICICI Banks, we did a lot of jobs. But turning point, don't forget, turning points are always there. The graph is never smooth. 1995, I was offered a project for Great Eastern Shipping Company in Chennai, where I was supposed to come and design their guest house. I flew into Chennai on 5th of December, 1995. That was not only starting a project beyond a state, but it was meeting my life partner. I met Prasad over a common friend. We took fancy to each other and we decided that we're going to get married. Prasad is an adorable husband and he has been my support all across since my marriage. Prasad is a person who is of few words when it comes to people, but once people know him, they fancy him. I'm sure Sunil will agree with this. And I met him. Back home, we informed them. They were also very happy. Coincidentally, my father-in-law was an architect, so he was more than happy to have an interior designer as his daughter-in-law. With warm arms, the family invited me into their family and we got married. But prior to we getting married, we were staying in a place in Mumbai, which was under litigation. We lost the case, and one fine day, we realized that we had no roof over us. We had moved to a place which was a one-room kitchen and accommodation, and waiting for those 6 months to pass by so that the marriage happens in Mumbai, and I moved to Chennai. But there were so many blessed people who helped me during this wedding. I can never forget them. God is always with you. There were people who stood up and offered to give their own house for the marriage. There were people who said that, ma'am, I will sponsor one dinner for your marriage. And you won't believe, it was such a happening occasion. And even today spoken of. That, we had such a beautiful wedding. In 1997, I moved to Chennai to get into being a housewife. I decided that now my career is, I want to wrap it up. I want to become a housewife and I don't want to do anything now. Prasad was doing absolutely successfully in a German company and he was very well placed and I was very happy with being a housewife. But 1998, I got my first offer to do a job. The very day that I got the news that I'm going to be a mother of Alim. And it was nobody other than my mother-in-law who was giving me, shakkar. We give shakkar in our hand for the good news. So she was giving me shakkar in my hand and she was saying, I'm so happy about this good news. And there I was telling her, Mom, I've got my first job. I'm on a threshold. This mom of mine, she is my mother-in-law. She is the one behind me for what I am today. She changed the entire life for me. She decided, she said, Seema, I am with you. I'll take care of your children. I'll take care of family, but you go ahead in life. You are going to be a successful woman, and I am going to give you my blessings. I'm here. And even today, I miss her. We lost her in few years, but even today, I miss her. Aline was born and everything was beautiful. Life was going on, and everything was just growing. But again, as often we hear that we are the sole people. We're the only people when we are business entrepreneurs. We don't have friends. We have colleagues. We have vendors. We have people who are associates, but we don't have people who have friends. And this impactful change came in the year 2013. I first visited Brios, and Brios was full of friends, and I knew most of them out there. And I thought, okay, this will be the right place for me to settle in, I didn't know anything about BNI. Let me tell you, I don't know what I was doing there. I thought it is one of the social gatherings, and I just walked in. Why do people meet so early in the morning for social gatherings? That was my question. And when I entered the room, I had friends all across from Sandeep Behati to Rahul and so many on. And I thought, okay, it's going to be an easy walk. Well, Brios is not an easy walk. No chapter is an easy walk. Please guard your membership. It's too precious. I was rejected. I was not allowed. They felt, no, this is not a person who is fit for our Brio chapter. But 2013, December, I walked into Azure. And my dear friend, my chartered accountant, and our ED, Sunil, had invited me. I was taken as a member, and I joined the journey of BNI. You won't believe. Oh, yes, Sunil, thank you, Brios, for not accepting me. But then I'll say that, the journey in BNI started. And whatever I do it with passion. For me, passion, I need to be passionate about whatever I do. Even cutting an onion, I'm very passionate. So, I started my journey in BNI. And I started using all the basic things, what was expected of me. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just giving referrals. 11 months, I didn't have a single referral. But I never even thought, why don't I have a referral? And that is what I feel that, this is the quality of being a BNI member. We are not hunters. We are not hunters, we are farmers. And this beautiful feel came into me. Every referral I gave, I was enjoying. I was doing Delhi Highway that time at KNK Road. And every referral I was giving, I was physically taking all the members, come, let's go, let's have business, this, that. Oh, that energy was and is even today infectious. Every referral I give and every referral which converts is as good as business earned for me myself. I don't think that it is for somebody. It's for me. If I have referred, I think that person is worth my trust that I give. Yes, Sunil ji, Delhi Highway is still your client and mine too. BNI taught me a very important thing, and that is compassion. I was a very ruthless business person because I had always been very strong on ideologies. I was sometimes very much a perfectionist. I wanted everything perfect. I cannot tolerate nonsense. I cannot tolerate lies. And I'm very blunt as far as that is concerned. But compassion came with BNI. I changed my ways of working with people. I changed my ways of negatively putting people down. And that is one success story which has made me more popular than what I was. People love me because of this compassion. When I took as a support director, as somebody just said, it was like what did Shaktivel call me? Something like a
Collector, IAS officer.
collector, IS officer. Yes, collector. With a strict stick. That is the way I hold myself. I know that it's very very difficult to cross that boundary for most of us. But still, that compassion I learned only when I handled the chapter. Thanks, Sunil, for giving me that opportunity. It was wonderful. When I handled Hallmark, I saw what people feel, what people go through, and how you have to really emotionally handle each and every person. It taught me, these are the things which I applied in my organization. I still remember one incident of one fine morning. It was GRT and Sunil running across and saying, come on, take off this badge of yours. Please wear this badge. I said, what are you doing? What is this badge? You just put it. It was Neeraj who was entering the room then. And I still remember that incident. I put it. And I kept it for quite some months. And after a couple of months, I got a call. Sunil was taking training with the members. And one of them knew me. So he called me and he said, Seema, you wear a blue badge. Do you know why do you wear that blue badge? What is the essence of it? I said, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. Yeah, I said, if you find out, please find it out from Sunil and let me know. Giving without any expectation was something which I learned then. Blue badge was with me for giving, doing my basics rightly. And even today, when I say that I am a blue badge holder, I feel the thing what really touches me is I am able to do, I'm able to help, I'm able to give without any expectations. My learning from BNI is compassion, dream to make it large. Only after being into BNI, I could say that I could really dream of making it large. Today, I think very differently. I no more feel that, I can't manage or I cannot grow. I have a strong force of members, 1,000+ members behind me. Any ask in the region and there they are to help me. So I don't even, I dare to take a risk. I can depend on those 1,000+ members of mine. Training and basic, which I applied back home. I don't only apply it in my business, I applied back home. It has made a huge world of difference. It has made a huge world of difference in the way we all work. And of course, to get passionate about your dream, that is something which I learned from BNI. I love doing what I love. And that is only possible because I learned from our ED, he's very passionate about what he does. All of you should see him. I have seen Sunil talk strongly sometimes. Sunil is also very blunt sometimes. But because of his passion, because of his love for what he wants to see us all grow. He wants us all to bloom. And that passion should come to each and every member. So BNI has a lot of learnings. And I think the way forward for our region would be to grow and, grow hand in hand, to grow absolutely in a form where people look up to you. Today you wouldn't believe the world looks up to our region. And I feel so proud. When I talk to somebody in Delhi, when I'm talking to somebody in Pune, when I'm talking to somebody in Bhopal, and each of them are saying, "Oh, you are from BNI CBD." It's such a proud moment. And I'm sure each of us feel that. So that's my little story which I shared. And thank you all of you for hearing me out. And I hope I you'll have to excuse me, but of course, for being what I am, there are many things, many people, great people. My brother, my father, my mother-in-law, my husband, and the beautiful children that I have who always supported me. So thank you so much. Over to you, Sunil.
It's not over, okay, because people can still ask questions. But thank you so much, Seema. And let me tell you my story, right? When in 1998, I cleared CA in 1997, and then Dad told me, "What will you do?" I said, "I'm going to start my practice," and he said, "No, you're going to do business." Me, I didn't want to, but then somehow some things fell, and I decided to start my own office. And I told my dad, "I'm looking for interior designer." He said, "You've gone mad. We only look for carpenters." I said, "No, I'm a professional. I want a professional to design my office." And it was a tussle in between me and my dad, and we compromised that he will have his contractor and I'll have my interior designer. And that's how I ended up landing. And I searched. In fact, I used to take my bike out and go wherever construction is happening, go and stand there and speak. Okay, who's the interior designer? Who's the interior designer? Because it was rare way back in 1997 to have so many interior designers. And then I saw one nice office done, and it was actually supposed to be my wedding was around the corner, and Kothari cards, right? And I went and saw that place. It was really one of the wedding cards shop, which was so well designed. I fell in love with the not the card wedding card, but I fell in with the design. I said, "Wow, nice design. Who has designed it?" They said, "Oh, you like the design? Why not come up and see the bedroom that she has designed?" I said, "Wow." And exactly that point of time, I was about to get married, and my room was getting designed. My office room was getting designed. And I said, "I need the number. I'm going to go meet the person." I went to, I think, Amji Gare, right? Not Amji Gare, Ainavaram, right?
Ainavaram.
Ainavaram. I came to Seema's home, met Seema there. And the first person who opened the gate was Prasad. And I don't know what, but I just, the moment Prasad opened it, I fell in love with Prasad. I said, "Wow." And he was also like always smiling, always giggling. And me and Prasad became like real good friends. And then Seema came, and a lot of great things happened. And let me tell you one incident. Everything was designed, and Seema said, "There's a glass in my mind, and I want that glass." And let me tell you, me and Seema on the bike, I used to have Yamaha RX 100, and Seema ji sitting behind me and going shop to shop, looking for one glass. And my dad used to say, "One glass, any glass will do." I said, till Seema ji says, "Yes, that is the glass, that is the glass." So I still remember that how she used to drive me mad. And I will say, "Seema ji, call," and then I'll have to be on the bike and say, "Yes, Seema ji, coming," and go shop by shop. But then she found one glass piece. Let me tell you, it was a small glass piece. Way back in 1997, it costed me 5,000 rupees. And my dad said, "You gone crazy? One glass piece, 5,000 rupees?" I said, if Seemaji says this, that's it. So, but let me tell you, that office way back in 1999, 2000, we built it. Even now, if you go to that office, it looks fresh, right? So, and I wanted a designer from Bombay only. I had some specifications if I select people. So the design has to be contemporary, design has to be inch to inch, everything to be utilized, and the designer has to be from Mumbai and all those crazy things. And then Seema happened, and a lot of great things happened in my life. So thank you so much. Just wanted to recall that story and how I landed up, and it has been an amazing journey. And yes, I still remember you came to my wedding, and I think Aline also joined you with on my wedding day. It was such a brilliant thing.
It
And
was
my
my
dad,
mother
yeah.
who enjoyed your wedding the most. This was the first time we were attending our Marwadi wedding, and we had never seen a Sangeet what your marriage was like. So, like, she was like aghast, and she said, "Wow, what a Marwadi wedding was this!" So, we'll never forget your wedding, Sunil. It was really something which we never forget.
Yes, I will also not forget. Okay, so there are some questions which people have. In fact, I asked the same question what Vinay Sethi is asking. When you moved to Chennai, was it difficult with people and food and any stories? In fact, I asked the same question.
Yes,
She
yes,
didn't
yes.
know Tamil.
No, I didn't know Tamil, And matter of fact, it's not about knowing the language or something, but we didn't have a vehicle then. Prasad used to have a two-wheeler, which was a kinetic Honda. So I used to jump buses. We used to stay far away in Porur, and that time the Porur was not even developed then. So we were staying far away in Porur, and I used to jump on buses, or I used to come to Gindi, and then Prasad used to pick me up or something like that. And that journey with very limited resources, absolutely, because we were starting our family, so with limited resources. But even today I still remember the sundal which we both used to share on the beach. Oh, that we used to be, even today I go there and have the same sundal. So life has been I don't say difficult, challenging, but yes, only when you overcome challenges you move on in life. I believe in that.
Good.
Whether
And yes, Seema. So there's the next question which is coming up. You said that you were below average. So tell us what triggered you to become a person that made your mom to ask you, are these your mark?
I was very below average, but I used to always look up to being something achieved. I mean, something who was achieved. Any person, human being, is always wanting to be something where others appreciate. So uh, maybe that I was always in the shadow of my brother. I don't blame him for that, definitely, because he's the person who has made me what I am. But I was always in the shadow of my brother. So probably I never realized the potential in me. It was only after this break of moving from 0 to 30 out of 30 that I understood that yes, I had the potential, and that made me work on. So that was it. Of course, my mother has always been a proactive person. She has never differentiated me, or she has never stopped me from doing anything. She never told me that because you're a girl, you can't do it. She'd let me do absolutely everything. And I had fantastic parents who supported me for everything. So I said I found the best of the people and most beautiful people in my life, and the graph went on up and down, but still it kept on going up and up. That's it.
In fact, I like that. Every human being wants to be appreciated. So, but then you need to do something for which people can appreciate you. That's brilliant. Okay, so Devi Zakaria, she's asking, tell us how you were a great performer. Oh, sorry, I'll change the question, right? Because not where, she's still a great performer, right? Tell us how you are a great performer, 100 out of 100, and you are still able to perform so much. So, how are you able to do it?
I just follow the basics. I'm expected to do a particular thing to be in green. Okay. And it comes very naturally to me. I don't really have to force. There are people who keep on asking me, where do you get the time to do this? But when I see somebody, and there may not be a referral, but I can create a referral. So it comes very naturally. And I think once you're being in this for so many years, you will automatically start understanding how it goes. So I don't think it's very difficult at all.
VNI is the most simplest thing. I think life is simple, who complicates? We. BNI is simple, who complicates? We. Right. Okay, Vinay Setia. So he's asking, what, back 15 years, why Seemaji was so famous as a Mumbai architect? What was your USP then? I think USP then, and also share now, because I think there's a huge difference we were sharing yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
For me, a client is more than a client, and that's the difference. When it came from me from Mumbai, I was carrying a tag of being in from Mumbai. That goes without saying. And last 23 years, I'm in Chennai, but that didn't change. Even today, I have my first client who has given his brother's house just last year, and we finished it during the pandemic, and we have handed it over. So relationship, relationship business, as what we learn in BNI, is in galore when it comes to Monad. We keep relationships. Vinay, you have been my client, and you know that. And even today, on a basic any conversation, whenever Vinay comes, he comes more like a client than a vendor. So I always have a very warm regard for a client. It's more than a client, it's more like a family. And most of my clients also feel that they are more like my family.
Good. So next question: which is your biggest BNI business or moment so far?
For my biggest BNI moment was, time and again, my specific ask used to be I would like to get connected to hotel owners. I wanted to get into the industry of hospitality. And time and again, I used to keep on asking. But, it took really long time. But the day the person on my presentation was in the room, MKV, and I didn't know he was one of our members visitor, and he had been invited specially to see my presentation. And 6 months down the line, he contacted me and I got my first hotel in Chennai. We did a beautiful space for him in down Koru, and it is a specialty hotel. And that has been one of my BNI moments, definitely, because my dream project was offered to me. Thank you, Sata, for this question.
Thank you. Seema, you let people share your dreams and then give them their dream spaces. So what's been your strength as your designer?
Touching lives through design.
Touching lives through design. I think that says it all. Okay. What is the best leadership moment in BNI that you have gone through, maybe as a VP or an SD role? What's the best leadership moment?
My best leadership moment was in Bangalore when we went as directors and we met Ivan Meisner. That has been one beautiful moment. I still remember it. It only like a dream. Somebody was walking down the steps and a hero which we were longing to look at in person.
Yes. Okay. I think it's time that if one of you have the link for BNI registration, can you put in the chat box, right? So today morning, I was there and I asked members to register. I think more than 80% of the chapter is registered. So that's brilliant. So if anybody else in the room here would want to register, it's an amazing opportunity. BNI India National Conference is an amazing opportunity. I still remember, Seema, you were there in Bangalore, right? We also went as a 60-member team. And how was that feeling? Can you just share?
Oh yes, it was a bus full of us. I mean, it went on a train, of course, and then a bus full of us. And being on the conference, and I think we were only, isn't it, Sunil? We were winning awards after awards, and we were taking so many applause from people. And I mean, it was such a fantastic event, and there was so much of collaborations happening there. I met a very old friend of mine from Mumbai in Bangalore during this conference. And you won't believe he gave us a 27 lakh worth of business to Chennai CBDB. So you can't imagine whom you will meet there and how you will, grow to what level. So much of collaboration would happen. But I still remember that Milind Deshpande was there and we met him and he gave us a business for McDonald's of 27 lakh for printing.
Wow. Damodar.
Yes. It was Damodar, and then it was somebody else who has got a business from Dazzlers.
Okay, that was Micro Printech.
Yes, correct.
Yes. And he was also there that day in the conference there.
Absolutely.
Right.
There itself, I met them. It happened. So, absolutely, stories which you can't even imagine happen there. So, conference, every conference which we are attending lately, to share a few, I've also got connected to Delhi, Pune East in this latest conclave, and a lot of business is happening over there too.
Brilliant. So designing spaces across the country now.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, friends, there's a link in the chat box. Please, those who have not registered, click it now. And please just put in the chat box, done. So I know it's done, right? Those who have not registered, it's an opportunity. Please do it. And yes, please pass it on to your chapter members, copy the link and please pass it on. It's an amazing opportunity. It's free of cost for all the members. Please do that. And yes, that's a catch here. Even it is open for visitors, right? There are some sessions exclusively for members only, and then some for visitors only. But visitors can come, they can see the stalls and network also. So you can take this link, pass on to your friends, family members who have come to BNI, who have seen BNI. Please do that, right? Thank you. Oh wow, a lot of you are already doing it. Thank you so much. Please do it. Next question: when do you start believing in BNI process? When did you start believing in BNI process, and any story or any moment?
I think 2014 was the first referral I got from Sanjay Rao, and I didn't know that there were people who were trying to find if I could get referrals. So he actually took me physically to my first referral, and he was so keen that I should get that job. So I realized that that kind of trust, that kind of, I can say that kind of love for a member was the break point for me to understand that BNI goes this way. And I think that has been then continuous. I never looked back on that. So I'm sure, I mean, as far as BNI is concerned, I'm quite confident it has been on my top list.
Thank you, Seema. So thank you, Sanjay Rao. I still remember that referral and what happened in that referral. In fact, I went and told Sanjay that, and I still remember that one question came up. So when Seema ji is now giving referrals, whom does she all the referrals go to? And Seema, I told, are you interested in referrals of business? And Seema said business. Then asked Sanjay Rao to pass the thank you slips. Then Sanjay Rao was able to pass 7 or 8 different thank you slips. So then I went to Sanjay Rao and said, Sanjay Rao, how does it feel to pass so many thank you slips? Brilliant. I said, do one thing, go and generate more business for Seema. Because you generate business for Seema and Seema generates referrals for you. Right. Okay. See, Seema ji, if not an interior designer, what you would have chosen in life? I think she shared in the story. You can share it again. No. You would have been a management student, right? Working in a MNC company with a what's a jacket.
थोड़ा सा चेन्नई आने के बाद में चेंज हो गया.
No, चेन्नई में सब चेंज हो जाता है.
Yes, definitely, Rahul. If not for interior designing, I would be a management student. And even today, I feel that I'm quite passionate about, or not even passionate. I have a great attraction for people who go with, blazers and leather bags, and I mean, so I would be one of them.
Because I've seen it. You always, whenever you're walking and somebody is there in a blazer and a leather bag, I always seen you turn. Today I know why.
Now you know.
Yes. So what is the only one dream you think it is still you want to achieve?
Sheetal, it is to work with you again.
Sheetal, call Seema ji after the session. Right, good. So share us about your teamwork.
Our teamwork is, yes, pivoted around me, definitely, but lot of hands, in creating what we are doing today. I am no more the focus. We have got around 5 architects who are working with us. We have got around few engineers who are working with us. And we have made a process, again, thanks to BNI, that we have made some processes which are mandatory. And that's how the teamwork is falling into place. And I think this has been a smooth transition from what we had started initially. And we don't see much of hurdles now. So Manoj, I think it's all kudos to the teamwork, definitely.
Yes, and let me tell you, there's a man behind this. Okay, you always hear a story that after behind every successful man, there's a woman. But let me tell you, there's a man behind the successful woman. Those of you know it, type in the chat box who is that. Okay.
Guneet will be the first one to put it across. Sure.
No, I know it.
Oh, Ajit, wow, look at this. All Chelas. Oh, there, GVD is also there, huh? Wow. Meera, is it?
Vel Murugan, Naidu, Karthikeyan, everybody has put it. They all know it. Okay. You know what? There's a. Okay. Can I ask Ajit to speak now? Ajit, If you can speak and let us know that uh, how do you know Prasad and what do you think of Prasad? This is a time where a wife is supposed to listen something good about us. Okay, keep it in mind and then speak.
Prasad ji, first time I remember him meeting at one of the BNI meeting, and the way he had spoke about BNI, I thought that he should be part of Azure, and in fact, I remember Sunil bhai also saying him that Ajit, we need to have Prasad ji in the training team because the way they communicate, that's one thing. And post that, every time when I meet, one thing he will ask, why can't you have MSP for substitutes? And till
We-
date they're just in a planning stage, but now
Even today morning, he said the same thing. Why aren't you all putting MSP for substitute? They should understand the crux of it.
amazing. And I understand the way he's been helping you at the entire your backbone, I would say, like a backbone. It's amazing, it's amazing. And I have one question to ask Imaji, so I'll just go ahead with that. You've been in changing spaces, like which you love, okay? So when you go out in the morning and when you come back in the evening to your home, you design so many spaces. As soon as you come back to your house, do you think, आज मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए, I wanted to do this same for my house, for your own house? So that, is that come to your mind?
Ajit ji, there are people who always say that I would like to come to your house and see your house. You do such beautiful spaces. So I want to come to your house. My house is a home. My house is not a decoration. So for me, my soul should be happy when I come home. It's absolutely very, very simple. It does not have any frills. And I never feel that my place also should happen like this. I always feel my home should be my home and it should reflect what I love.
Brilliant answer. Chal bhai Ajit, next time no question, okay? I was supposed to say don't ask questions. We are not supposed to ask. We're supposed to curate, right? Okay, good. That's a brilliant answer, right? I come back to my home, not to a house. Right, good. Every project of yours is a different story to tell. How do you manage to design every project with a unique touch?
Every wall I walk into, a space breathes. Every light reflects what I want to do for the space. And every sound around, even the chirping of the birds, tell me where I should put in more efforts on cutting it off or adding on. So every design has its own story. That's what I believe.
Brilliant. Thank
And that's the
you.
reason why everything is different. It's never the same.
Brilliant. Good. Okay, I think there are a similar question come up, right? So Devi is asking, give one tip to grow your business through BNI.
I didn't get you.
Give one tip to grow your business or our business through BNI. How can we grow a business through BNI? One tip. एक tip दीजिए.
You be confident and rely on the strong principles of BNI. If you rely on that and you just follow it, it will automatically happen. You don't have to entrust your trust on somebody. The trust is formed because as and when they are watching you, as and when they are seeing the way you are performing, it's automatically going in somebody's mind. And every step you are taking towards these basics have been, read by somebody. Those members in the room are watching you. I think that's the only step which has created a huge change in the way BNI works. And please believe in the basics of BNI, follow them, and be accountable. If you are
Brilliant.
accountable, things will happen.
Brilliant. Be accountable. Be accountable to yourself because you're investing your time, money, effort. Right? Brilliant. Okay, what is your best advice for less than 1 year member, more than a year member, people in BNI for many years? Three different questions.
First question, less than 1 year, patiently learn. Learn from people who have been into this for more than many years, for more years. Okay, learn the best parts, best practices. Learn from them through one-to-ones. Please, at least one one-to-one a week. should be something on your list. And try to meet people, try to understand how they are doing business. You'll have so many tips to learn from them. As far as a couple of years who are into BNI, please don't lose touch. I know we have gone virtual, but I always feel, I shared this last time also, I always feel I miss my members. I want to see them, and I want to see them when I have a chat, you know. So I always look up to breakout rooms after the meeting, because it's so much fun, you know. You're absolutely talking with each other. So please keep in touch with people. Don't get busy being busy. That's what I learned from somebody. One of my friend always tells me, don't get busy in being busy.
Yeah.
So that is for the people who are, you know,
Couple of years.
couple of years.
Many years.
And as far as strong members like Sata sir, who is already crossed a decade, we are here. We should learn from him. He should talk on this. I have nothing to say.
This is again putting the ball in Sata's court itself.
But what I'm telling you, he's the pillar of strength and compassion, as I told the other day. He's really a pillar of strength and compassion for CBDB.
Yes, good. Okay, let's come again. Your good friend Vinay Setia. How has Vinay helped in your business growth? And beautiful stories of your fellow members, how they have helped you. Is there any story where members have helped you? I'll leave it to you if you want to share any other story.
Yes, there have been a couple of members who have really helped me. A lot of learnings from them. I have also got beautiful connects from them. They have put me on to good clients, and given a year to my specific ask. That is very important. Most of us, say, okay, we will connect, but it doesn't happen. So a person who has connected me to a couple of beautiful people and helped me grow my business. Definitely there have been people on that. But how do we build trust in our chapter is a question from Vinay Setia.
That is the next question again. How do you build trust with our chapter members? Do all members have great connects? Any stories?
As I said, each one is watching you. So you don't have to build it. It's built by itself.
But keep doing the right things.
You keep doing the right things, yes. And the trust will build up.
Exactly. Follow the BNI basics. Okay, let me pick up one more question from Vinay itself. If you not join BNI, how would be life without living the BNI way?
I will be all.
Yeah.
I would be all alone.
Yes.
And I would have the same shield on my face when I used to meet you.
Now this is my. Okay, I'll pick up one question from Sata. Which is your favorite South Indian breakfast / lunch / dinner?
Idli, Sangeeta idli.
Oh my God. I would have told Sangeet, if you're going to Sangeeta, then butter dosa. So let's go together for a.
I don't go beyond idli. That's my problem.
Okay.
So I'm waiting when you're calling me over for dinner or lunch. I'll tell you my best South Indian meal.
Okay, done. Sata, I'm also there, okay? Okay, let's go to the next. Musamil is asking a brilliant question, but I didn't understand the meaning. If you understand, you take it forward. What is the point of inflection in your interior design practice or business / business? And how or why did you decide to consider BNI and stay the course for almost 9 years?
I said, Muzammil, when it comes to business or anything what I follow, I'm very passionate about it. And I give it my 100% when I do it. So when I am in BNI, I feel very protected. I feel, I have so many members with me. I feel have so many friends with, not members, they're my friends. So in my story, I also said, that I have a strong team support. Where will I get that kind of a support outside? So definitely it is because of BNI. And I'm very comfortable with what I am. See, business comes with trust, but friendship comes with compassion and knowing each other. So I think I love my friends who are in BNI.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for loving all of us, Mari. Yes. Next, can you share how BNI impacted your life?
I think I have already answered this question before,
Yeah,
right?
okay. Similar question has already come. Yes. Okay. When you pitch for a new business, what puts you ahead as a BNI member from your competitors?
Oh, no. We are so organized. Our feature presentations really, season up for what we are doing. And when we are, as BNI members, I think we are quite crisp and we come to the point and very clearly tell the message of what we need to say. This has been one of my BNI moments also when I was last year working with PNCT. I don't know who has referred me, and I walk into this space and I give my, you can say, my 30 seconds as to what I do and what is my business all about. And I take around 3 to 4 minutes to explain my business and the kind of work. And when I'm walking out of the room, I just suggest to the client that, well, even if I get this job or no, I would like to give you one Vastu tip. Okay. This you do, and this is the change you should do. And I walk out of the room. I didn't expect the business to come to me. Anilji, I didn't really expect because I had good competition from other senior interior designers as well. And you won't believe it is but for BNI that next day I receive a call from them and they say that you have been appointed for our corporate office. So these are the learnings from BNI which I use. These are a few tips which I use, whatever I've learned from my trainings. And I think thanks to BNI for what I am doing today.
Brilliant. Rakesh ji is asking, what keeps you moving and take away when things are the other way around?
I know something nice is waiting round the corner when things are going the other way around.
Right.
The graph teaches
Oh.
me.
Okay, Kamal is asking the tip, okay, but I'll give the tip. Okay, then you can say it is right or not. Give us a Vastu tip, ma'am. Kamalika is asking. Kamalika is a baker. Make the cakes round in shape. Over to
No,
you.
no, Sunil. We will have to tell her, send one small packet for us to taste. If both of us approve, then your Vastu is correct.
Yeah. Okay, for me to eat the cake, I have to reach 72 kgs. So, Kamalika, you can send the cake. I'll tell you when. Okay, good. Fitness Stage is asking a question, and I think Sohail Karibo raised the hand, so I'll give the mic to him first. Sohail, if you want to ask, just a minute, will come to you. I'll allow you to speak. Yes, Sohail, you can speak.
Yeah, can you hear me, Sunil?
Loud and clear, Sohail.
Okay, great. So the three S's to describe Seema are simple, straightforward, and super successful. I really enjoyed your talk. Really nice, Seema. And I have no regrets or no shame in saying that we lost you to Azure.
So you have no regrets, I believe.
No, not regrets. I have no regrets in saying it openly. We lost you to Azure. Yeah.
No, I'm thankful, Sohail.
So Brio's loss is Azure's gain. I can see that. And Seema, I won't forget the time that when we all directors were asked to train, that's where we had some kind of interaction. I'm not sure if you remember that time.
Oh, I do. I still cherish those moments. And I think we have had the best of times during that time. Learning, when we were doing our training for our directorship. And then, of course, our journey to Bangalore. And it was fantastic. Great times.
Yes, Simaji, Audi.
Audi, yeah.
I saw that day child in all of you. Everybody is running towards the Audi. Everybody dropped the bags and I was carrying everybody's bag. Hey guys, all of you forgot your bags.
We were like small children, those 10 years children who are very happy when the rains come in. That was our activity, it looked like. But we had gone absolutely crazy, I'm sure.
Yes. No, that was
Somebody
an
died
amazing.
on the side of the road.
No, that was an amazing moment, right? My children and Simaji were running towards the Audi car. And everybody, including my children, they dropped the bags. And I said, who's going to carry the bags? And Simaji said, aap leke aa jao. And everybody is running.
when will we get the moment to do that?
Oh, wow, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Right. Good. So Vinay is asking one more very important question. Ajit, in the meantime, did you catch hold of Prasad by any chance? Just let me know, okay?
I'm just trying to reach him only, Bhaiya.
Okay, catch hold of him fast. Kidnap him if possible, right? When is Prasad becoming a BNI member? As he knows so much about BNI, we love to have in our chapter.
Vinay, you're in which chapter, Vinay?
Legends.
Oh, legends don't need legends like Prasad.
Today, Seema is in form. Okay. Vinay is again, any stories of BNI in the initial years, you can think back and laugh.
Well, I'm telling you about that Bangalore, incident where we were 5 of us in the car, or 4 of us, all of us directors, and the driver was driving on the right side of the road. And every moment we were like, when the car used to come from the front, we used to tell, please take the car to the left. I can never forget that moment. How much we have laughed, and we were on the floor when we used to see the car ahead. There's a car. So these are few moments where we became kids, absolute kids. You remember that, Sunil?
In fact, I was in the audio. Okay, what I'll tell you the whole story. So I asked Sata that why not let us go together to Bangalore in a car. And Sata says I only go in BMWs and Audis. And I had linear at that point of time. So I went ahead and got a Audi. So I went to Crown Plaza to pick up Sata. And suddenly I see Sata is not there. And Seemaji was also supposed to travel with us. So Seemaji came and said, I got my luggage. So what are you waiting for? I said, I'm waiting for the car. He said, you came in this car. No, no, no. I came in a cab. And my children, they were also there. And they were waiting with the bags. Suddenly one Audi comes. And I said, car has come. And everyone is looking and saying, where is the car? I said, that Audi. We are going in the Audi. My children and Seemaji, everybody drops the bag there. And they start running towards the car. I said, hello, excuse me. And Seemaji went and sat in the first. My children went and sat in the back seat. And I was carrying everybody's bag. So excuse me, guys. That was the first thing I saw. And I allowed them to enjoy. And after that, we were going in 4 or 5 different cars. So then we were changing the cars because of Audi. Everybody was on rotation basis using the car. So every half an hour, we were changing the cars. So one of the cars, Seemaji went and sat. I remember Subhash was driving. And Subhash is a brilliant driver. He never drives on the left-hand side. He only drives on the right-hand side of the road. Right side means if on the highway, right, you have two sides. He was driving on the other side. On the other side, straight head on. And everybody was actually sitting with the handles on the edge of the seat, and this guy is going at 120, 130, and on the other side of the road, not on the right, not on the side where he's supposed to drive. But when the car is coming from the other side, he'll take a sudden zip turn and not a slow turn, very, very fast turn. So everybody in the car were actually dancing, and everybody was, and we were on the back and we were telling, stop the car, and this guy is not stopping.
That's the reason why Satta decided not to come back with us.
Yes. Okay, finally we caught hold of Prasad. You see this? Ajit, thank you. So let us have a family get together now. Aline is also here, right?
Yes.
Aline is there? Okay, Aline, I think she's dropped out. She's traveling, right?
My brother in the room, Sushil Wagh.
Sushil. Yes, he's here. So we'll get him on the panel.
Yeah, I would like to hear from him.
Yes, Sushil. I've taken him to panel. So Sushil is on panel, Prasad is on panel, and we can make them also host. Wait, I'll make them. Ajit, can you make them co-host so that all of them can open the videos also?
I'll just do that.
Sushil, you are the host now, right? You can do it. So finally, friends, the wait is over. Those of you do not know Prasad, you'll get to know Prasad, and you'll also meet Sushil Wagh, the man behind Seema as an interior designer, right? So good. Sushilji, if you're here, thank you so much for joining us. And I think Seema's dad is also here. So
I'll just get him to the room. Give me a minute.
oh yeah, you can bring you can bring him here. In the meantime, if Sushil, you can Ajit.
I'm the co-host, Bhaiya.
You made the co-host. And Prasad also co-host, right?
Sadji and also the other one who's on the screen.
Mr. Sushil Wagh, right? Mr. Sushil. Yeah, Mr. Sushil, you can unmute yourself. You can also switch on your video and you can speak, Sushilji. Okay, in the meantime, let me just also cover up something important. So, Ajit, can you put the link for the Padlet in the chat box? So, for all the people in the room, right, there's a Padlet available. All of you can enter in the Padlet. What did you like about the session? What did you love about this session? And this particular session, whatever is there in the Padlet, if you can enter it, your learnings, your fun moments, or you want to say thank you to Seema ji, and whatever is there, you can put in the Padlet, right? So, Ajit, can you put the link in the Padlet, the chat box, please? Okay, guys, I'll stop the share and now let's move to. Yes, Seema ji.
That's my dad.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you so much. Dhanyawad. Thank you. Yes, so maybe I will just Seema, you can remove the virtual background so you don't have to struggle with the appearance. Prasad ji, you're in a alliance meeting, so let us listen to Prasad first, right? So Prasad ji, you can speak first and then we'll move on to Uncle.
Hello,
Hi Prasad ji.
am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm unfortunately in a meeting at the region level.
No, fortunately you're in a meeting. We all pulled your legs. Don't worry.
I will catch you up later. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So
Thanks.
what
Bye.
one sentence about BNI. What do you love about BNI?
Hello.
One sentence about what you love in BNI.
I'm not able to read you. Hello.
Don't read me, hear me.
Yeah, tell me.
What you love about BNI in one sentence.
Givers gain.
I thought so. Chalo, good. Thank you so much, Prasad.
That was
Thanks a lot.
Seema's secret. That was Seema's secret. Givers gain.
Seema's secret. Okay, givers gain. Thank you, Prasad. So thank you for joining us. Ajit, can you just take a nice picture fast? Change the view, and you are a magic of taking pictures along with Sushil, Prasad, right, and all of us. Don't worry, Prasad. We'll mark your attendance.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. Bye. Bye, Prasad. Bye. Okay, Prasad is in Lions meeting, and thank you so much, Prasad, for joining us. Thank you. Yes, Uncle. So thank you so much. Just want to hear from you about Seema. So,
Oh, Seema.
yeah.
She is my daughter and definitely I love her very much. So she has
Beyond.
been very successful in her profession. I'm happy about it. And she has been a good daughter to me also. She's taken care of me. I'm very, very happy with her.
Thank you. And I saw few days back you were cutting a cake. So
Sorry?
We saw her cutting a cake. Your cake.
Oh yes.
yes, and I think the cake has come from BNI member, and I saw a nice smile on your face. So thank you and wish you a very happy birthday and lots of love from all our side.
Oh yes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And yes, Sushilji is also here. Sushilji, namaskar. There's an audio issue, Sushilji. We can't hear you. Hey friends, if you have any question for Sushil or Uncle here.
Is it good now?
Now it's brilliant.
Okay, fine.
Yes, Sushilji.
Nice.
So thank you so much. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just happy to see you, and the way you are looking right now, you're looking so fine and fantastic, just as I saw you in Bombay also.
Thank you.
And as my sister says, she's been my kid sister and my beloved little kid sister, and it has been a pleasure to guide her and help her in her way and her journey. And I've always wished her success and blessed her the way she is. But she is a go-getter, and she's always been so. And fortunately, she has achieved whatever she's achieved and a lot more to do. So I'm happy for her.
Thank you so much. And can you just share that the bonding, the special bonding that you have, that you kept pushing her?
Not really, but nudging her, I could say. Sometimes, it's little nudge that is required, which makes the thing tilt over in favor of an individual. She had it in her. I just showed her the path, and fortunately, so she went the way she wanted to. So she had, I would say that she had a good flair for design and painting and fine arts. Unfortunately, she was not looking into that. What happened was I just told her that she could pursue that, and then came in the admissions, and I happened to know the director at KL Reja College, so we worked out things and everything fell in place. So it's a matter of time and conjecture that sometimes things happen for people, and I won't say, but fortunately it happens to people only when they try. So she's tried all her best, she's put in her all that could be required, and that's why she's probably succeeding, I would say.
Brilliant. Because I was asking Seema ji yesterday that how did you think of arts or designing? And I think today you have given the answer that you saw the talent in her very early, even before Seema could see it.
No, it goes back to my grandfather. In fact, he was a very good charcoal artist, and he was a pencil artist also. So he used to have a lot of paintings on some amount of canvas or some paperwork and all that, which we have a collection. In fact, Seema has a lot of collection on that.
Never
And
showed it to me, Seema ji.
Yeah, I have a
you might
lovely
happen to steal them.
No, I don't do that. Maybe
No,
I buy
no.
them.
For us, they are relics because it's from a very senior level, what do you say, lineage, and
Yes.
we revere them. And most important of all, she had it in her. She used to be good in drawing and painting and all such things. Fine arts was her this, but it never came up. So it was just a matter of time that somebody just pointed it out to her, and like I obviously being an elder brother, I was with her, so I could just do the needful. So I'm glad I could do so.
No, but
Thank you
see,
so much.
my brother has been a great guiding force for me. I think he was also my hero when I was a kid. I should always ape at him, and that has made all the difference. That made me a go.
Yeah, that's why you aped and you climbed trees also.
Yes.
And those are those early beautiful days.
Yes, yes. Those old memories take you long back.
Yeah, yeah. Good. And Sushil ji, you are also in BNI, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
You are in BNI.
I was in BNI for a year plus. I had
Yes.
a great journey, very, very strong journey, I would say, in a very short period of time. Means BNI really, the structure of BNI and a lot of other things and the values of BNI do make a person change his life. I learned a lot, though I was doing business for 30 years plus. And I became a director. You trained me in Mumbai. It was a great. I still remember that 100 rupees you charged me for folding my hands. Even now, see, if I'm still scared. The Sunil Setia is watching me, so my hands are not folded.
Hello. No. You know what? I myself can't fold because so many of you are watching me.
But it was a great fun time, and
Yes.
the journey was nice. Fortunately, what happens in BNI is the structure makes you follow only one what do you say, one category that you have to take up and follow.
Yeah.
There is something, as you just observed, and as you Seema has been saying this, and I had a little knack for finding out small things in people which could transform their lives. Right now I am into transformation of people. I call it the metamorphosis. I'm trying to trademark it into metamorphosis. I want to transform a people's lives into better beings. So hopefully, so I'm on that path right now, and probably that was my category didn't allow me to do what I wanted to do. So I'm happy, and this I might be with BNI sometime later, probably with a different category.
Good. No. I think we should be in touch with each other now because I'm
Surely
also
enough,
doing
sure.
a lot of trainings and a lot of this metamorphosis things I'm doing. I got in
Yes.
touch with an amazing trainer who was my junior in school and college, and now he lives in Mumbai, and he's also something into transformational training. So good. Okay,
I
I think Satta sir is
just
telling something. The transformation that Mr. Sushil has done to Seema is quite evident. The metamorphosis we're talking about, right? So Satya sir is an architect and he's one of the first member in the whole region. So he's
Okay.
telling the transformation that Mr. Sushil has done is with Seema. We can see it. Yes. Yes, Sushilji, now you can speak. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just saying, just that you touched a very sensitive topic, and it's a matter of interest and conjecture that both of us are on the same issue. I'm using music to transform people's lives.
Wow.
I'm calling this instrumentor, and where we mentor people through the media of music. So music is basically what you have sound waves and brain waves converge, and that's how things come together, and it is easier to do so in the transformational session. We can have a talk later on.
No, Sushilji, I'm going to catch a flight and come there to meet you, right?
It'll be my pleasure.
Yeah. No, I love doing crazy things, so maybe let me just come there. I'm just planning. I'm going to Vizag next week, but maybe August or August mid, I should be there in Mumbai. If everything goes right and things are all well, I'll be there sitting next to you. So that's a
It'll be my
word
pleasure
for me
being
to
with
you.
you.
Yes.
It'll be my pleasure.
Let's catch up. Let's catch up.
Surely
Vada pav
enough.
khayenge. Vada pav
Not at
khayenge.
all.
Yes, so we'll go back to the hero or shiro of the day today, Seemaji. And
Yes.
Ajit, have you seriously taken a nice picture with all of us? Sure.
Yes, and I've also sent to Seema ji that.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Sushilji, for coming here. Thank you, Seema. Yes, and okay, let me just finish. I have to do a small slide and let's end it up. And just to again, there's a Padlet in the Padlet link in the chat box, friends. Please, this Padlet will be printed, taken, and nicely framed and given to Seema. So Sushilji, I'll also send the link to you if you want to add some
Surely enough.
good things about Seema, and this will be like a memory for her that you're going to gift it to her. So members, if you can take it up, to take the Padlet link and please enter it, copy the link, and you can send to your friends who were there earlier but now for some reason dropped out, right? And yes, Chennai One Trust, anybody wants to contribute, do get in touch with us. And next week we also have one more new hero, but she's now from Bangalore. Many of you have heard, many of you have not heard. She's Annie S. Kumar, and just want to tell, she started her business journey from BNI, right? Few years back, maybe 10 to 12 years back, she started her journey in BNI. And just 2 years back, she was a sponsor for IPL Hyderabad team. And 100% of her referrals in business came from BNI. Inviting her, she has been a launch director and launching multiple chapters, one of the first lady to have launched platinum chapters in India. And she's now senior launch DCs, launched so many chapters. And what keeps her going? And she has now branches across the whole country, right? So her name is Annie S. Kumar, and she'll be joining us next Friday. So please be there, and we'll take it forward. And time is now 8:30 sharp. And yes, RKN, thank you so much for joining us. Seema ji, we still have 3 questions unanswered if you want to take it, right? If you have to summarize your journey so far in BNI in one single word.
Awesome.
Awesome. Right. Okay. And any fun stories to cherish from BNI socials?
Oh yes, I still remember one of the day, socials, where there was a play act which was done, and I was wearing 2 plats, and there was a pulley. So all across pulley, I didn't know what is a pulley. I had only heard about pulley meant imli. Okay. Then Vel Murugan comes and says pulley means lion or tiger, whatever. And that was like, we were rolling on the floor and laughing about, because Tamil was absolutely new. And I'm sure Vel is around, and Vel is also listening to this story. And he was like, Madam, Onga Tamil, please. I have a lot of people who, join hands in front of me when it comes to Tamil. RKN is one of them. Vel is one of them, who say, please don't speak Tamil. We will understand your Hindi and English.
I know, Puli. Chalo, good. So thank you, Seemaji. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot, Sushilji. Yes, truly transformational. You have turned this little girl into a hero for all of us. and she's one of the biggest giver in the region, right? Giver is not just in terms of the volume of business; it is also from the heart and the heart with which you give. That's really important. The heart behind the giving, right? So thank you, Seemaji. It was just brilliant, awesome, and I'm so happy to say.
Let us give one small. My little brother is putting up his hand.
Little brother, who's that?
Down there. Little
Oh,
brother.
Vail Murugan, yes. Vail, allowed.
Good evening, Bhaiya. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
So inspiring, ma'am. What so inspiring story. What I'm today in business because of you people. I wish you all your dreams comes true, ma'am.
Thank you. With our dreams comes your dreams also. So don't worry. We're all saath. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I like that. We are all saath. Now, Vail, you have to understand the Hindi, okay?
Slowly learning, sir.
So when Vail Murugan will speak in Tamil, Seema will reply in Hindi.
Yes.
Okay, so good, lovely. Thank you so much. I think I missed listening to Ali. She's a sweet girl, an amazing learner. Can you just share the story that you were sharing yesterday that Ali took an interview and what happened?
Aline has been interviewed by a Dubai firm, and that firm is looking for taking her up for writing on scripts, and she's supposed to actually take CEOs interviews. So they were just asking, how can you handle this kind of CEOs or that kind of level of people? So she said, well, I am very well associated with BNI, and I often attend a lot of meetings, and I've seen how the entrepreneurs behave and talk, and I think it's going to be very easy talking to them. So the minute they heard BNI and her interaction with this, they immediately said, wow, that is a fantastic thing. If you know, you are already associated with them, you know the subject. So that's how it went on.
Brilliant. So the moment they heard BNI, they were actually felt that, oh wow, this girl knows it all. Right, brilliant. So friends, those of you who do not still understand the power of BNI, it's an amazing brand. It's an amazing place, right? Good. Okay.
Ajit, I think you should take over.
Right. Okay, fine. Am I back?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Good. It started in the beginning, and now it's the network issue is properly settled now. I think it's coming up at the right time now. Let's end it up. So thank you, Seemaji. Thanks a lot. It was fun having you here. Thank you, Sushilji, and thanks, Uncle, for being here. And say my thanks to Aline. And I think I think Pravina, she was here. Your sister-in-law was here, right? So thank you so much to, and yes, thank you to all the members. And let's say bye to everybody, Seemaji, and let's wind up. And please put it in the chat in the Padlet, and let's have some fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sushilji. Thank you,
It's a
Seemaji.
great support for me. BNI
Yes.
has been part of my journey of success as well. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushil. Thank you, Pravina. Thank you, Ajit.